These are my little ducklings that I got from Harbor Freight. I've never owned ducks before, or chicks, or anything except for a dog. So everything that I know, I've just researched online. But I got them from Harbor Freight. They were about $5 each. And I got this lamp right here. This my dad let me borrow, but I got this one right here from Harbor Freight. I got two for, I think it was like $9, and they need this so they can keep warm. I don't have it so far. I don't have it so close to them, as you can see. It's not close at all, but it keeps them warm. And they're doing okay. I put a heat pad down here. It's right under here. You can see it a little bit. And that heat pad is about half of their box. It's like keeps at least one half warm. And together with the heat pad and with the light, I think they were getting too hot because they were panting a little bit. So I turned the heat pad on high and I shut the light off. So they seem to like that better. One of them had a cough the next day after I bought them. So it was yesterday. He was coughing up mucus. It was like this watery, thick mucus, clear mucus stuff, and it was really gross. So I put that little salsa bowl that they're in right now, I put that in there because, that right there, because it wasn't getting its nostrils wet. I guess they have to be able to dunk their heads when they drink. So once I put that in there, the mucus went away. I guess it just needed to clear its nostrils. So I was happy that that went away. This right here I also got from Harbor Freight. This clear quart jar was $2, and the red part was $2. It just screws on. Hey, little guy. So that's pretty cheap, but it gets so dirty. I mean, they are dirty in general, but they just, like, he's in the salsa bowl now. I just have to clean everything all the time. That bowl won't stay in there for very long because it's just something that I put in there every little while I'm watching them, just because I've read that they could drown. So I don't want them to fall asleep while they're drinking water and, wake up and they're dead. That would be horrible. So I'm just going to keep that in there for a little while. And this water, that's going to have to work for now. When they drink their water in here, they still are getting their nostrils wet a little bit. They're kind of just scooping in like this so they can get their nostrils wet. But it's also really important to keep this clean, but it's hard because they're so crazy and jump around everywhere. I got this at Harbor Freight, and I really like this because they don't really jump on top of here because it's slippery. They just stick their heads through here when they eat. So it kind of helps keep this clean. And the wood shavings, these are really nice because it soaks up a lot of their pee and poo, and they don't have a hard time walking on this. They can't walk on shredded newspaper or shredded paper because it's bad for their legs. So really, if you put a towel down, that would be okay too. But these wood shavings are cool because I can just throw them away. and I got those at Harbor Freight for $5. It was 8 pounds for $5, and I have changed their box of wood shavings every day because it gets pretty nasty. They had a little bit of diarrhea today. I think it was just because they were too hot with the heat lamp and the heat pad. So again, I gave them a little bath, and they were fine afterwards. It seems like their diarrhea is going away, and that water also has food in there. I put some of those crumbs at the bottom of that, so they're eating more because they like fishing for those crumbs. So even if you didn't want to buy this, I bet you can make this somehow with an egg carton, just so they could stick their heads in there and eat. And I wouldn't have bought this if I would have known that they had to get their nostrils wet. They have to soak their head in there like he's doing. They'll love that. But the salsa bowl works fine too. But it's nice having two, I guess. And, you know, all you have to do is clean it out and change it. Clean this out, the salsa bowl. Don't leave it in there, and change the food, because if you leave the food in there for too long, it's going to get bacteria and it's going to make them sick. But anyway, the diarrhea is gone. The sneezing mucus stuff is gone. So looks like they might survive. Just keep clean water, clean food, and the right amount of heat, and I think you'll be okay. Just like I am, and I know nothing about ducks. Hope this helps. Good luck with your little ducklings. And, oh yeah, one more thing. I read that you shouldn't get too close to them the first little while that you have them, because they can imprint on you, which means they'll get really, really close to you and they won't want to leave your side, and they'll start to believe that they're humans, and they will cry if you leave them, and they could die of like a broken heart. So don't love on them too much. So it's just for their own good. They're very independent, so they'll be fine, and they'll still love you just as much if you're not so lovey-dovey with them. But I think they're actually imprinted on each other because he misses his little buddy so bad. There he is. There you go. Get off of there. You want... Woo! He's a little crazier. He's just hanging out. Anyway. There. If I would have known, I would have got 3, just because I feel like they have been a little sick, so if something happens to one, you can't just have one, because it's going to put too much stress on them, and they could die, and they'll get so bored. So if I would have known everything that I know now, I would have got 3, because just in case one dies, at least there's going to be another one. So these better stay healthy, because they're best friends. And they've already imprinted on each other, so we don't want anything happening to these. I still might buy another one just in case. But anyway, good luck to you and your ducklings.